What is the price that you're paying to use ChatGPT? And here I'm not talking about your wallet, I'm talking about your brain. This is exactly what a 2025 MIT study set out to examine. What they did was they placed electrodes all over the scalps of the participants. They then measured the brain activity of these people while they wrote an essay. Participants were split into 3 groups. One had access to ChatGPT, another one to the Google search engine, and the third one didn't have access to any tools and had to, quote, rely on their own knowledge. Now, what did this study actually find? When writing the essay, the ChatGPT group showed the weakest overall brain connectivity. This means that the different regions of the brain were simply less engaged with each other while the group wrote the essay. And if you've ever used ChatGPT to write something yourself, you may recognize this experience. Without the tool, you have to start from scratch, working from a blank sheet of paper. This means that your brain has to connect across, it has to pull from your memory, it has to generate ideas, evaluate these ideas, and shape them into language. With ChatGPT, however, the task is more or less reduced to evaluating. And great, you may think, solving tasks with less effort, that's exactly why I'm using AI. Less effort does sound compelling. But the question is, what hidden costs come at this decrease of effort? The study that we're talking about today points to 3 costs. First of all, the participants using ChatGPT reported the least sense of ownership, with some of the participants even noting that they didn't feel any ownership at all of this essay they had just written. Secondly, the majority of the participants that used ChatGPT were unable to quote anything from the essay they had written just minutes before. And this is compared to the other 2 groups where the far majority were able to do so. Now, the third cost is the one that is attracting headlines worldwide, often being reduced to AI is making you dumber. This, however, is not what the study finds, and the researchers behind the study have even gone out and pushed against this form of narrative. What the study does find, however, is that when a small subset of the ChatGPT group later returned to write an essay without the support of ChatGPT, their brain connectivity remained lower than the participants from the other groups. This does not show that using ChatGPT makes you less intelligent. What it does show you, however, is that when you use ChatGPT to support you in a task, your brain may change the way it approaches this, both during using ChatGPT and after you've stopped using ChatGPT. I will go deeper into these results in future videos, but for now, it is safe to conclude that while using ChatGPT may offer some great benefits, there may be some costs connected to it that you may not be aware of. My goal through these videos is making sure that you are aware of these costs before you are stuck with the receipt.